all of you. I'm Rakhi Patil. Today we want to interact the related subject who is presenting to professional ethics. Welcome back to MMTTC UGC Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. We are going to discuss related to professional ethics, universal human values, and the constitutional responsibility. It is a very important task and the important point of view to everyone. Now, what will be the discuss and cover under these topics? First of all, there is the foundations. There is between that the value, moral, and ethics is totally defined under these foundations. Thereafter, we discuss related to the human values, which is the most important part for universal values access to every level. Then, value versus skill. What type of values and the skills? How can be difference between them? Then, afterward, we will be discuss the self-exposures. The process of value educations. It is discussing under this topic. Then, the constitution. It is the base of our country. So this is the power of everything. And then afterward, in practice, how to implement, how to cover, and how to mention it. This is the show there. Why value educated matter is the most important part for everywhere. Because between that, the technology and two ethicals now has a violences and the faster than our collective wisdom to use them well. Through a weary and the wide trust defied the situations, market, and the professions affected everyone. Every professional decisions, technical, financials, then medical, carries real humans, can be the consequences. Everywhere, the education must build, compensate, and the character together, not a compensate alone. Then after that, this is the why value educations is a matter goes on. Then between the educations, value, moral, ethics, three factors and three dimensions is show the focusing. First of all, the value. Value means what a person consider worthwhile, the unconnected and the priorities that guide person choice and behaviors. Afterward, moral. Share the principles and rights and wrong that a community or the culture hold is passed through. Because of understanding is the most important between the morals also. Ethics. Ethics is a part of systematic code and apply the values and the moral to professionals and the public conducts. These three dimensions and three factors is mostly involved in the education sectors. Then there are different definitions and scopes as given between that under the professional ethics, because a professional's obligations to act with the honesty, compliance, and the accountability toward client, colleagues, and the society, even when no one is watching. Between duty of employee and client, what happened? It's delivering the compensates and the honest work is the most important part. Then afterward, duty to societies and environment is the vetted the public welfare and safety is the everywhere is related to another thing, duty to the professions, protecting the integrity and their standards in between the every professions. Then afterward, two related to the duty to self. What is the exact duty related to self? Growth is most important, dignity, and the self respect behind that. For the level, actually, between the living things, there are four levels of living. First of all, self, family, society, and nature. Whenever the task and discuss about the self, the right understandings one's own body and being. Then, whenever you discuss about the family, trust and respect in every relationship. Without the trust and respect, it is not possible to handle the family members, and it's not possible to connect the family to each other. Then, man is a social animal, so society is the important part for the man point of view. Universal object harmony and the consequences or the courtesy is related to the society. And last thing is the natures and existence. Everyone want to exist. Recognize the mutual interdependence in existence is given there. These are four levels show the trust and respect, because between these things it's a show actual the ethics and the moral value. Behind the four levels, trust has a show respect, trust and respect, the foundations, because this is the basic human values, and every human between that. Trust is the assurance that the relationship holds strictly, whether the situations. Confidence is the one's own interactions. Whenever we discuss about the trust, belief, and other confidence and the goodwill, then afterward, the starting point of the every human relationship is the start from the trust. Without the trust, it's not possible to maintain the relations. Then related to the respect, the right evaluations of others' beings and ourselves. Recognizing every person in as equal and feeling being. Elder person definitely will give you the respect. Then neither the supervisors or the after infections simply coexisting, enable the cooperations without fears and the domains. This shows that trust and respect is the foundations between the every basic humans. Then you must be know the difference between the values and the skills. We learn and we know between the skills, technical know how and tools, how can do it and how can maintain it, how can you handle it. It's known as a skill. Then the expertise and the methods you must domain. Efficiency in the every sectors. Efficiency between the executions measure through the test. We can be calculate their skills just like a test, grades, outputs. And whenever goes to the values, judgment about the right actions. Suppose there is some jumbling situations. At that moment, which decisions are better for this situations and how can we handle these situations is totally depend upon the judgment. And it's possible through why and for what you are doing. It show all these things between the value. Directions using the this responsibility, and it's easily handled by the value. So we can difference the value anyways. Then self exposures, it's a process, not a lectures. Whenever the self exposures, between that the exposure, understand, choose, and live, and the verify. Between the verify also, first task is the exposure. The question is, and truly want behind the assumptions. Then afterward you must be understand what is going on. Use reasoning, the test idea against your own experience. You can understand. Analyze yourself between that. Then between all the options you can choose. Accept. I want feels naturally and the universally right. Then finally, lie and verify. Practice is and the confirm the work in real relationship or the real situations. Then second part of this lectures is the constitutions of India, foundations of responsibility. This is also another side of coin. Between that is justice, liberty, equality, and the fertility is the four dimensions has a shown in details. Between the task, this is the self confidence and the constitutions has shown the fundamental duties of every citizens. Whenever we discuss the duties, first of all, the respect the constitution. Second thing, uphold the override dignities, then promote the harmony, protect the environment, develop the scientific temper, strive the for excellence. These are the fundamental actual duties as must be handled by the every citizen. Practicing process and in practice you can do it. Then these basic things toward a holistic. Finally, we can be told about that the holistic professional is the most important part because the competence without the character is dangerous. Character without the competence is ineffective, definitely. Then, after all, universal human